All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Detroit Lions. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They're led out by their big-bodied electric quarterback, Cam Newton.
Cam has all the skills that you're looking for. The arm that can do everything, the ability to run, hard to bring down because of his size. But the joy that he plays the game, I think that's his stock in trade. That's his calling card. That's what sets him apart from other players.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz,
there goes Jeremy Hill. 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Jeremy Hill, 70 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. And personally, what a start for him to get in the end zone from that distance here on the first drive.
And it has the defense tearing up their defensive goals for the game, doesn't it? Because nowadays, when we talk to all the coaches, they don't talk about limiting yards per carry and those things. They just talk about limiting explosive plays, whether it's through the air or on the ground. And anything an explosive play on the ground, usually, 10, 12-yard runs? This one was way more than that. They've got to go back to the drawing board and try and shut it down.
And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it a second down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
And it's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams who say, well, I'll worry about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game, and I think they have to be happy with the result. When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Back to throw here. Caught left side. It's Beckham. Touchdown, Detroit. Odell Beckham, 45 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now Andrew Frank's on for the point after.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. When you're not allowed to climb, you got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there, and a really nice play resulted for them.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Jeremy Hill was the one he was trying to hit there, and that brings up 4th down.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Lions now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
All right, here we go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Wide open, Amari Cooper. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And he was able to find a very soft spot in that zone coverage.
I love that term, Brandon. That soft spot where you find the open area, set up, and catch the football before the hard collision comes afterwards.
All right, now, look at 56.
They try the left side with Johnson. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Set, blue 90. Blue 90. 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. So it's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
To the right side to Eric Ebron.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They have what they wanted.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
This is taken at the 10. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
So far, he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the 1st. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
Here we go. Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And to give this time to the tailback. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Okay, no score on that play. But this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Again, it's Hill. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Out of the gun, Newton. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Ty Montgomery, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard. He's thrown one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does. And that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Oh, looked like they got someone to jump there. And if that's the case, this will be a first down.
Defense. Automatic first down.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Larry Ridley at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Over the middle to Beckham. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Ebron with it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He finds Beckham complete. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. And they're going to speed things up here. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
Let's go! Green, 39! Go!
Again, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. And this seemingly endless drive continues. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amari Cooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are a 2-point conversion away from tying this game.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC. Well, we're going to let you off a little easy there, LR. Halftime interrupted, and we are ready to get to this 3rd quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. We get a look at the Panthers' defense now. They've had a couple passing touchdowns against them in this game, and that last drive they really got picked apart.
They've got to figure out how to tighten things up, because no matter what they've done, whatever adjustments they've made, offense has been a step ahead of them. So they've got to figure it out. Usually, a sack of the quarterback can help change the momentum.
Maybe bring some pressure.
I think maybe a little bit of pressure would help them greatly. I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Let's go!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the right side to Eric Ebron. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down.
Now let's go.
They'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 2nd and 10, Newton. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Newton to throw. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 points?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Back to throw. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Here's Newton now on second down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third. $12 yards to go on third down. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Surveying the field. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one is incomplete. Back now here on EA Sports. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Look at the spin. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And now we get a look at the captain of this offense heading back out there now. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they made some good adjustments, though. He's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing him all sorts of trouble.
Now let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Ebron with it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
All right, here we go. Green. All right, now look at 56.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean.
Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that could be demoralizing for a team.
Big sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on third. Third and long. It's Newton. He's got time. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. And Cam is still down here. Appears to be shaken up and in some pain after the last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's the Panthers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, Cooper with it. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. To throw here on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They'll drop to throw, and that is incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target, and it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught find the 1st down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the 1st down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the 1st down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
And now a first chance for the back. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. In this case, they were able to retain possession.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And the defensive penetration there blew that play up and got him 2 points.
How about how they got off at the snap of the football, got upfield into the backfield, and created the big play? That's the key to everything.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Johnson takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
4 down, 4 down. All right, here we go. Green, 39.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Second down, 8.
Watch him now, Barney.
They come out here in the eye.
Here we go now.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
We've got a 3rd and 11.
Let's go. 319. 319.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
See if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Well, going in.
Ooh, love, it's in my bones, it's in my soul. You're never gonna break me down, oh no. I've got gold running through my veins. One shot, to the
tomorrow. Might be counting dough. I'll bet with your. Okay, your nose keep running and the money keep coming. Hey, I'ma keep ballin'. Hey, Rucker Park Spalding. Hey, carefree, I've been living carefree. So much in the air, we can barely even breathe. Hey, I rarely worry about things I don't know. You say I'm living wrong, you ain't wrong, money long way. So think about it, it ain't nothing I don't know. All the money that I saw, I don't think I'm ever wrong. Going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. Who's all baby? Who's all baby?
On the car, it's like a weekend at Bernie's, and baby, you look the part. I'm about to get it poppin', call a Uber, cause I'm a scuba. Dive while he driving, shawty rocket, and I maneuver. I know you like it when I put it, yeah. Maybe you should bring a friend along, yeah. Now, I got paper and I ain't gon' chase you, baby, I'm gon' take you down. Now, come on, shake it, baby, turn that around. I'm like,
oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. Who's all with me now? Who's all with me now? Going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. Who's all with me now? Who's all with me now?
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. With a spot in the Super Bowl on the line, everything is on the line in today's conference championship matchup. It's the Vikings going up against the Lions. On the call here tonight, let's send it out to our guys in the booth. That's Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, first opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. For the first time with Johnson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And that's the kind of start every team wants to have when they touch the football for the first time. Here at night especially, because all day long you've been around the hotel. Yeah, you've had meetings, you've had meals.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
They'll set up to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be third down.
I think we need to come up with a different name for this position. We keep calling it the fullback position. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback, but we know this. Whoever's coming out of that spot is usually bigger and stronger, and they may not run away from people, but they'll run through them.
Yeah, able to shed tacklers. We saw it right there. It's caught. Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Julio Jones from 17 yards out. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Give them 11 on the gain there, and the Lions are going to have a first.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick, and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. It's a pickup of 14 there, and it'll be first down, Detroit.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
Here we go.
Back to throw now on first down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Eric Ebron, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he's brought down after a good game. They get 25 yards out of that one. And it'll be first down, Vikings.
Here we go.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? All right, so first down, 5 yards to go.
Here we go.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I love the modern game, but that was a throwback right there to see the big man with football, running, knocking people aside, and picking up yardage. That takes me back to the 60s, the 70s, when fullbacks ruled the earth.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. And they're on the move as they face a second down here. They'll set up a throw. Left side completion to Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
They're going to look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. From the 4, it's second and goal. They toss to Freeman. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over, and they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on third after the run. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
So the D-line's going to spread out. They go back to the air here after the INT. To the right side to Eric Ebron. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Back to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Screen play, Johnson. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Brief break in the action here. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Johnson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. They'll look to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how he one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end could be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him. Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Caught right side, it's Jeffrey. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll look to throw that. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense avoids disaster, keeps possession. Now it's 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. And that is no good. Oh, he hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and there he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And now we've got a stoppage and a timeout here called by the defense. It's their first of this first half as they look to regroup and hopefully stop the 2-point conversion coming up. And he missed it. No good. This is going to remain a 2-point game after that one. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Short kick. One of the up men will take it now. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Jeez, they don't even want to let their guys get a drink of water. All right, 3rd quarter, let's get to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk-reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at it, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end.
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on 3rd down. They'll He'll drop to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Here we go. Let's round. Let's round.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. They'll give him 8 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He's going to sling it. That's caught inside the 20. And give him a gain of 37. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. One receiver right, that's Jeffrey. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he will find his man on the outside. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they have one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And Gano's kick is right through. And that will push the lead up to 5. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, He was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Ebron caught left side. Now the ball comes loose, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? They're going to look to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Back to throw again. And he whips that one incomplete there. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. Following the flag, 1st and 20 now. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Here we go now. Green, Leopard.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one, and it's a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Let's go!
Again, he'll drop to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
On second down, Johnson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendencies.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
Let's go! No, check! Patriot! Watch it now, Barney!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
They'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Jones will come now in motion right. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. He'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's third down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Looking to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And able to push his way. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Let's go!
Freeman again. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Lions. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Hurry up, here we go.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. C.J. Mosley in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And it all rides on this one play, a trip to the Super Bowl in the balance here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. And out now come the Vikings. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So they're on the 5-yard line here, 2nd down and goal. This is Freeman. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. So backed up to the 6 now, 3rd and goal. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
This drive started with 1st and goal. Now that it's 4th and goal, anything less than a touchdown would feel like a letdown to me.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next.